Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we are back to our Stellaris in-depth tutorial. Vanilla, no DLC whatsoever. So you can get yourself a decent idea what it's like to play the game at the most basic level, and then decide how many of the 30 or so DLCs you want to get. I do want to point out, we're going to jump right into it. I think it was like our episode 14. I am going to be kicking off this week taking Master of Orion 2, civilizations, species, and translating them into Gal Civ 4 with Gal Civ 4's, Galactic Civilization 4's, excellent civilization creation tools where you get to define the species, then build the civilization around them. So you have things like essentially racial traits, societal traits. You could choose cultural focuses as well as AI behavioral settings such as aggressive, greedy, opportunistic, so that you can create all the species and then play with them, all 13 potentially Master of Orion 2 original species, put them in the galaxy. We'll choose one of them to play after we do all the sessions of creating those up. So that'll be a kind of a fun thing. I'm going to tackle them one civilization at a time, but I'm going to try and put them out in rapid order because they don't need to be particularly long. But I do want to make a point of putting each one out, whether they're 5 or 15 minutes, I don't know, so that people can watch and then critique and give feedback and say, I see what you did there, but don't you think you should have picked this rather than this would better represent the Martian Pride or the Cylon Quanta or something like that? And then we can make those edits. And then when all 13 civilizations have been defined, we drop them into a single large sector and go ham. And I'll play one of them. And we'll put it on a real difficult setting as well. And we'll see which of the Mu2 civilizations is king of Gal Civ 4. So that is coming up. I'm giving myself a little, hey. No, I'm super excited about it because it just occurred to me of like, oh man, I was sitting there like thinking like, I got to start a new Gal Civ 4 playthrough. What should I play? What should the meta be? And I'm just like, oh shit. And I haven't seen anyone else do this either. I'm actually like personally like super excited. I'm just like, use like Mid-Journey to create some art and shit. Like, okay. It'll take a little bit of putting together. It might be a couple of weeks to get them all built up and get it done right. I'm excited. Gonna hide the face box now. I think we got some new colony ships here. Hold on. Let's see how right there. Okay, there we go. Bye-bye. Where are we at, folks? Oh yeah. So, that's a pretty good view. You can see we're starting to spread out pretty thoroughly here. So let's take care of what is most urgent. The UNS Darwin has discovered an anomaly, and we are in fact having Jessica Newman survey that right now. Probably not necessary. I could push her forward more quickly and leave this challenging event behind, this challenging anomaly behind. However, I'm being very cautious about how fast I'm pushing out. Now, as I look at this new branch here of the galaxy, it's a pretty good chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 star systems. I see a choke point right here. I don't see any connecting branches off of these 2 star systems off to the galactic east. It may be worth having the Darwin, after they complete investigation here at Higashika Ata, in moving forward to this system, and then trying to claim to this point, locking this behind a starbase right here. We know we're going to run into other Xenos. We know they're out there, but we want to keep defensible perimeters. We've talked about that again and again, but I think that would be a great lock point, a great starbase point, and it would get us a whole bunch of additional secure systems. So I think that's going to be the plan down here on the south branch. In fact, I think it's so important, I think perhaps I should abandon this. Leave be for now. Right? Like, if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 star systems that hopefully will be securely ours, but it's contingent on getting to this Class K star first, that's what we should do. So we will have Jessica continue with her survey, and then we will shift right click and survey that Class K star system next. Of course, we have the India coming in behind, building out. We'll claim Abskyki, we'll claim Higashikaata, and then whatever that unknown Class K star is. We're going to grab all those up as we push forward. Good enough. Let's look at the newly researched technology. Miniature containment field. All research station output is increased by 10%. That's flat. We don't have to do anything to get that Empire modifier. Pretty excited about that. Containment force fields are excellent for isolating and holding various substances or specimens so they can be analyzed in detail. Perfect. And that was a class 2. I didn't point that out. Right here you see the Roman numerals. That essentially means it's the next level of improvement on a similar technology. So it was a class 2 improvement on those colony researchers. So we must have already taken a 10% the first time, and that was now an additional 10%. So it is linear growth. It's not the other type of exponential growth. It's not going to go 10, 20, 30, we're up and up. It's just going to go 10, 10, 10, 10 over and over and over. But it does build up. I can see our society research in particular is pushed way, way up there. And that's because of the Tianki system that we've built all those research bases in. So long story short, we have, we have quite a few technologies available to us. A couple of them are locked in. A couple of them are getting pretty expensive. Look at this interlinked support system. That's getting up to nearly 7,000 physics research to grab that. That's clearly some weaponry, tier 2. We have the FTL inhibition. It's not inhibitor, it's inhibition. This would be planetary FTL inhibitors, starbase FTL inhibitors. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that word right now. We also have self-evolving logic, research alternatives +1. And we have colony development speed. I'm not going to lock in on that, folks. We through the expansion, we're into expansion. So I think that we can develop our colonies plenty fast enough. And really, I think we've only got one colony on the horizon, really, that's coming up. So I don't think that would be worth it at this stage of the game. I know we're still pretty early in the game, but yeah, I don't think it would be worth it. So that being said, self-evolving logic is tempting, right? We're sitting at 4 research options now. By default, we could get a 5th. But the truth is, it's not really gaining us anything. I mean, listen, we're already having to struggle to choose between the 4 options we have, right? Why do we need a 5th one? Is it going to be like, oh, those 4 suck, I need the 5th really good one? It's like, no, there's always going to be a couple decent ones, in my opinion. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should go after one of these cheap ones like the fusion reactor while it still matters. I said while it still matters. Because eventually some other power source is going to come along that's better. But this is quite cheap at this level. We've already got a little bit of research in. I think we should pick up these items now. It's not going to matter 100 years from now. They're going to be just completely outdated. So let's grab it while it's here. I think that's reasonable. Look, we'll have that in 15 months. Let's do that. And you can see, by the way, we're still working on the drone study with engineering. Now, you'll notice there's no progress bar on this special project. However, we can go to our situation log. We can go to the drone study. You see the little engineering gear right there. And when we click on it, you can see very clearly finishes in 25 months. That is the progress. Oh, and in fact, there, I guess you can see the research. 58 of 1,500 plus 59 per month. That relates to, well, I guess the 48 engineering. It gives us a breakdown, though, doesn't it? Administrative AI is 5% on top of our base of 48, plus the discovery tradition is an additional 10%, plus the head of research is an additional 8%. So that's how we get to 58. Pretty cool. All right, let's run the clock. I think we're ready to go here, folks. And we'll put it to fast speed. So yeah, the little southern portion is looking pretty sweet here. We got Romston pulled in. And here's the Astral Scar, some events happening. We have confirmed the existence of another universe beyond our own in the Uproth system. Through the rift, its physical dimensions are placing immense pressure on our own universe, the result of which is a small, though steady flow of material. The long-term effects are yet to be understood, but in the meantime, we should continue analyzing its cosmic effluence. What wonders might lie beyond? This is a +10. Oh my gosh, to physics research at the astral scar. Holy crud, we're going to want to lock that in as soon as we can. That's up here at Uproth. Oh yeah, that is very sweet, people. Very sweet. I see our colony ship is en route to Uproth now. And I'm going to pause that. Let's check out the system survey just completed here at the Higashiki Ata. Perfect. And in fact, Jessica is headed out on the Darwin to the Celestial South as planned. I'm loving this. And then we'll keep a close eye on our influence. Actually, we're 52 is our influence point right now to claim a sector. So we're at 49. So we're just a month or two away. So we should really decide right now. Do we grab Obskyke next? Do we grab Asmore? No. Look, this is such a pathetic system. I will never claim Asmore. Now, Faynov, not bad. I wouldn't mind locking Faynov. I wouldn't mind keeping the gosh darn Ishians out of there, right? Like, I mean, they're already into Binder. I would assume they're into Klendath, though they haven't claimed it. Why the hell haven't they claimed Klendath? I could have sworn they have a system. I just don't know why it's not show. No, it is. Sorry, it is in their territory. You know what? It's grayed out because we haven't finished surveying it. That's what it is. But you can see it's clearly within the perimeter of their system. So, listen, Feynov's high. Feynov's high on the list. I'm not going to lie. And then up here, Uproth is high on the list. Ooh. I think we want to claim Uproth next. And the reason for that is it has a habitable planet, plus it has a sweet, sweet load of physics research. So it will be Uproth next. Then we will reevaluate. Then we will evaluate between Faynov and the Obskyke. Because listen, it's possible the Ishians could jump past Bracamar and try and get into the Obskyke. So we have a lot of urgent claims to make here, folks. We really do. And in the meantime, though, the Yangtze does not have any orders. I think they were doing some research, anomaly research. But here we go. We'll send them out to the... Oh, no, wrong ship. Here we go. The Gagarin with Herman. We'll continue on surveying this last star system out here. And then we'll backfill in as we have time. So clock's running forward again here, folks. We'll dismiss that. Another research completed. Excellent. Let's jump in. What do we got? Doctrine, Space Combat, Fleet Command Limit +20. Now, again, Fleet Command Limit is not to be confused with Naval Capacity. Naval Capacity is the number of ships we can support. Think of the space tonnage. This tonnage is the wrong word for it. We're not displacing anything out there. We're not floating anything. It's the cubic meters. That's what it is, right? Because it's about volume in space. So what Command Limit means, though, is how large can a single fleet be before it's ineffective and unwieldy, no longer combat effective? That's what Fleet Command Limit means. Now, right now, you can see over here, our Fleet Command Limit was, I believe, 20. So 9 of 20, 4 of 20, 9 of 40. But we just got the +20, so now we're at a command limit of 40, meaning, I don't want to say 40 ships. It wouldn't necessarily be that. So right now, these are all corvettes. Each corvette adds 1 to the command limit. However, as we get larger and larger ships, like a battleship or something like that, it might take multiple points towards the command limit. But in general, this is the true number of ships. Here in the brackets, 9 ships, 4 ships, 9, 11, 12. This is the command limit usage, I would say, or cost. Yeah, usage. And the limit of any individual fleet. So this just lets us have single fleets with much more hit power. Why does a single fleet matter? Because it allows us to have an admirable slotted in, giving bonuses to all the ships within that single fleet. That's why it matters. So we're going to say awesome gradual adaptation to the realities of deep space combat allows us to effectively coordinate larger maneuvers. Perfect. Yeah, coordinated ship combat. And here we are now checking out the society tree. we have 4 options plus 1 additional frequency tuning. You know, honestly, as I look at this, none of these are bad. We got some food options. We're not too hung up on that. We have some naval capacity from soldier jobs, sure. Army defensive damage, sure. We're not quite at the warfighting point yet. We could get blockers, yeah, clearing kelp fields, toxic kelp. But again, not urgent yet. We're still growing rather than perfecting our colonies. And of course, we have more food options. Let's do the same thing we did here with the fusion power up under physics. Let's grab this technology, the energy siphon. Remember, we got this off of the Tianki. Yeah. So let's use it now. Let's claim it before it becomes outdated and worthless. So we'll do that. They'll have it in 22 months. Fantastic. Everyone's cooking along pretty good. Looks like our fleets are upgraded. I don't see any upgrade needs here. And I think our colonies... What is it showing? It's showing that they have additional building slots. But that's fine. That's we'll let that sit for the time being. I see a science ship coming in. I do want to see where that science ship goes to, because that means they are trying to push out their borders, at least of their science, if not their actual geopolitical borders, which, you know, what are you going to do? Oh yeah, they're coming in. But we're gonna have Uproth before them, folks. Uproth is ours. Actually, Uproth can be claimed right now. Let's do that. Before I forget, hold on. Right click, build the starbase, boom, there you go. Uproth's ours, they'll never get it first. Now the only question is, because we get Robalius, which sucks. If they get it, I don't really care. And then here we are, Dristmac. We should be able to get all of these. But in the meantime, subjugation request. Oh boy. What? This is the Juvian Covenant coming in. These are theocratic oligarchy. We are too weak to survive on our own in this hostile galaxy. Will the United Nations of Earth protect us if we become your subject? They want to vassalize themselves to us. Yeah. Am I supposed to say no to that? I almost feel like the United Nations of Earth would be more into alliance scene. Is that how you say it? To join in an alliance with us? But we're not offering that. So they're inferior. Okay, not surprising. We're pretty awesome. Just their fleet power's inferior. Listen, economic and technology level are equivalent. But because we have pursued building up not only our fleet capacity, but then backfilling in, they might still be sitting at 20 corvettes. So our fleet might be literally double their size. And they're intimidated by that. Yeah, we carry an extremely large space stick, if you know what I'm saying here, folks. Meaning we have a lot of corvettes. So what do we get out of this? Subject integration. Integration prohibited. The Overlord cannot integrate the subject into their empire. Interesting. These are their terms, I'm assuming. These are the terms they're putting towards us. Okay. Expansion. The subject may expand their empire, but must pay an influence tied to the Overlord when they build an outpost. Oh, I like that. Subject conflicts. Defensive. The Overlord will join the subject in their defensive wars. Okay. Diplomatic freedom. Restricting voting. The subject is free to engage in most diplomacy, but must follow their Overlord's votes in federations in the galactic community. This will force the subject to join any federation that the Overlord is a member of. If the Overlord is a member of the galactic community, the subject will be forced to join it. Oh my gosh. So this is kind of like, this is going to be like the Belarusians to the Russians here. Am I right? Am I right, folks? That's exactly what's going on. And then Overlord conflicts, defensive. The subject will join the Overlord in their defensive wars. Okay. Holding limit? The Overlord can have 1 holding in total across the subject's planets. Wow, okay. Monthly loyalty change from that would be minus 0.4. They become less loyal if we did that. Monthly loyalty change minus 1. I'm assuming that's if you were to break. No, it's a balance issue. Okay. Some of these things, like the integration prohibition and the defensive pact, give positive loyalty changes. It makes them more and more loyal. They like these aspects of this contract we're going into. This what's the term for this? Vassalage. Yeah, agreement. Okay. However, the fact that they have to come help us defend, they don't like. And the fact that we can have up to one of their planets as one of our holds within their system is also, they don't like that. So it's at a total of a minus 1.4 with only a positive of a 0.1. That, I don't know exactly what to do with that, because essentially what it's saying is that they're going to slip towards less and less loyal all the while. In the meantime, we get resource contributions. Let's do this. Let's agree. And you can see here that it immediately changed the colors over to this blue. And I'm actually quite fascinated. I would have thought the Juvians were going to expand much more up in this pocket of the galaxy, but they must be up against borders. I thought they were going to keep going. But if we look down to the south of them, they're hitting into Isthmian space. But there's not a whole lot else up here. We can see the full extent now since we're kind of aligned with them. Let's take a look at their ships. They have a science ship here, constructor. They have a colony ship going. Where are their warships? Where the heck are their warships? Oh, that's weird. I'm presuming, can we see into these? Not really. We're not getting their intel on these star systems, FYI, which I find interesting. It looks like they haven't explored up here at all yet. Gosh, I sure hope this wasn't a mistake joining into this pact with them. Let's take a quick look at our influence. Defensive pact is at a 1. Research agreements. I'm looking at the cost off of our influence. We're actually burning 1.5 influence being consumed right now, which is roughly neutralized by our power projection. We need to keep building that power projection over here. Though we need to get more ships going. We are a little limited on alloys at this point. You know what? Should we just bite the bullet and just get a chunk load of alloys? We're nearly at our energy credit cap right now, folks. We're at 46k energy. We've got plenty of surplus here in our mineral, food, and consumer goods. Even though we're really slowing on consumer good and food growth, we've got a good surplus for the time being. Let's head to the market. What can we do with this? We got to be a little cautious. And I'm not too sweating it, but listen, we could buy a massive amount of alloys, but it's going to bury the needle on the unit cost of those, right? Or we increase our monthly buy rate, right? We click that up to maybe 25, right? But it's going to drastically start shifting the cost of those alloys over time. I feel like we should just bite the bullet and get a chunk of alloy right now. We have so much energy credit available, and we know we want to get more Corvettes going. Let's just do it. Let's do a one-time thing. This is roughly half our energy, and we can, of course, watch the buy-sell. Yeah, it really jumped it up. No big deal. No big deal. In the meantime, though, let's edit this. Let's drop this down a little bit. I'm going to cool that off because I want to make those numbers drop over time, which they will if we're not buying too much alloy at one time. I don't exactly know what the boundary is, but I do want these costs to come down for future use. But in the meantime, that gave us a lot of alloy, and it gave us something useful to do with all that energy, so we didn't hit that upper limit. I do want to take a quick look, though. I was realizing they're saying one of these planets could become our, air quotes, our holding. I don't know what that means, what that entails. So we have a few planets around. Let's click on the Cerro system. Here's Yoqual's Nest. Very cool. Can I right-click? I'm just checking. Right-click. Arid. What do we have here? It's not really letting me see what's on the planet. Again, although they're vassalized to us, they're not giving us a whole lot. Oh, wow. A building can be constructed here. You have 0 of 1 holdings currently built. So now, bear in mind, we get to choose one planet to be our holding, which I guess means we're going to start siphoning off resources or have some extra influence over, right? Like, we really should find out. We really should do it. But we know that by claiming a holding, we will get a negative 0.4 to their loyalty with us. Or does that already exist? Are we already paying the loyalty cost? So let's go to our contacts. Let's go to the Juvians here. Let's look at the icons. There's vassalage. I can see our relations currently are sitting at a massive plus 685. That's good. That's all in the positive. Last month it changed by a plus 7, so it's growing pretty well. Their opinion of us. What do we got here? New contact, friendly first greetings. That helped out. Border frictions, accepted plea for protection. That was good. Trust is positive. Subject, positive. Xenophile diplomacy, positive. Free egalitarianness, positive. Improved relations in the positive, plus 2.04 per month. Our opinion of them is at plus 242. Okay, we like them. What else do we got? Migration treaty, sure. Casus Belli and United Nations of Earth. I don't exactly know what that means. I'm not sure why that would be the ideology. Okay, sure. That's their ideology being spiritual seekers different than ours. I guess I don't know. And we're improving relations. They have 5-star systems. They're inferior. Okay, super friendly. Just trying to see. Sending an envoy to harm me. No, I don't want to do that. Diplomatic wait. Sorry, I was just trying to look over everything. I would love to claim one of the worlds. I see our intel is moving there. We're at 60 intel. Pretty good. Diplomacy? Let's click in. What do we got? Prosperous unification. Make claims. Improve relationships. Harm relations. Form commercial pact, form research agreement. We didn't want to do those because they get a lot more from it than we do. We didn't want to help build them up, obviously. Negotiate stuff. Recall embassy. Okay, so it doesn't look like anything in here is going to affect anything, but we've taken a pretty good look at our relationship score. We see that we are moving at a monthly of around plus 7, right? It's just mouse over here, plus 7. That's the number we care about. Okay, so if we're to claim a holding, which one? We should do it. We should claim a holding. I don't think you can claim their capital world, but let's try. I really don't think they would like that. Oh my god, we could do it. Holy crap. Does that make sense? I think we should do it. If you can claim a holding on one of their worlds, why not do their capital world, folks? Right? Like, I'm not crazy. That makes sense. Let's give it 1 month to see if we can get more intel. Since we just went into this agreement, I want to see if we'll get any more information on these planets real quick. But then, yeah, I think we're going to put our holding on their capital. I know that's cutthroat, but we might as well get the most out of it as possible. But in the meantime, essentially, for all intents and purposes, we are in an alliance. It's an alliance that favors us and puts them in a subservient place, but we can look at it as an alliance for all intents and purposes. Their ships can move through our space, ours through theirs. We're not going to declare a war on each other. I like that. I like that quite a bit. And in fact, I'm interested in sending the first fleet through right now, through their space, to see what's here. What's at the other end of this choke point. Okay. What else we got going on here? What else we got going on? I wanted to get more ships, more corvettes going. So let's go to the Zvox station. Bear in mind, I'm not so concerned about building up ships at the Stratal right now because I'm no longer worried about defending it to any degree. So yeah, let's go to Zvox, click in, jump over to the shipyard, and let's get corvettes. Now, bear in mind, we always have the option to build defensive platforms, but you can see the defensive platforms are attached to the station. They have really good firepower, but they're expensive. Essentially 300 alloy versus each Corvette 119. That's like less than a third the cost. Yeah, literally less than. No, it's about 1/3 of the cost. And the corvettes help improve our naval capacity, which helps improve our power projection. That's why right now we're way better served by building corvettes and building our power projection, at least up until we reach our naval capacity, than building defensive platforms. We haven't built even a single defensive platform yet, and we're not going to till we have our corvette fleet maxed out. So yeah, let's just slam these in. And, you know, we'll do a couple more at Stratal, just because I don't need all of the corvettes there. Put 5 here, and then let's get 5 more at the Earth Sol Station. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. We still have a good surplus of alloys. I don't want to burn all that up. We'll hold on to that. We want to start building that number up again. And yeah, we'll sit there. But altogether, that's about 20 more corvettes. Let's see what that will do for our overall power projection. I know we can only push it so high. Does it put a max on it? We're at 71%. It doesn't say it maxes it out. We'll see if it'll keep growing. We're at 1.42. Let's run the clock. Oh boy. Where's that going on? You guys seeing that somewhere? Hold on. I heard the term spaceborne life form encountered. Here? No? I don't know what that's about. Okay. No big deal. Migration treaty broken. What? Why? The experiment has gone on long enough. Our migration treaty has turned out to be a serious mistake and will be canceled with immediate effect. Oh, all right. You know what? It doesn't matter, though. We've already got some of your bird people right here on the Knossos. It's loaded with Juvians. They're ours now. We're going to have an entire colony of frickin' Juvians. I actually don't mind that because, folks, that helps us out here. They canceled all of our treaties. What? Whoa. They broke the migration treaty, but that also got rid of our other treaties? Am I missing something? Am I not understanding you guys? Maybe because they're in a vassalage now, we no longer need that? Let's go to our contacts. There's still a vassalage. They broke all of our treaties. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. AI attitude disloyal. The subject resents its subservience to us. They broke the treaty, migration treaty, but they broke all the treaties. Okay, I don't know what happened and why that turned so fast. We're talking like literally 1 month. That turned on a dime. Now, our ships are traveling through their space, but not for warfare. We're literally just trying to get through to this system, which is obviously the other side of the Isnian system. I didn't realize that. Oh, there's more aliens here. Hostile fleet right there at the Polaris. Okay. Oh boy. That might be people pushing in against the Juvians. Possibly. I don't know. I'm going to keep sending the first fleet through, though. Let's just see what happens. We're just going for it here. But, yeah, let's jump to the Juvian homeworld. Capital world. We're going to jump down to Juvian here. Click on it. And, yeah, let's... we're overlords. Let's build the building. Here we go. There's 4 things we could put here on their capital world. They're going to love this, by the way. They're going to love this so much. So we could do an aid agency. What would this do? This would be monthly loyalty changes by plus 0.5. Aid worker jobs, 2. Aid workers produce amenities for the subject and unity for the overlord. Approximate job production, plus 12 amenities. Approximate job production for overlords, almost 19 unity. That's not bad. That is roughly 12% maybe of the 172 we're generating right now. Okay. 2 energy upkeep, 10 food upkeep, right? We're feeding them. Okay, we could do that. We could make that work with food. Or we build an emporium. It would take 2 energy upkeep, 5 consumer goods upkeep. This would give us 2 trader jobs. Overlord traders transfer subject energy credits to the Overlord in exchange for amenities. So job production, plus 24 amenities, upkeep 14 energy, which we could manage, and job production for Overlord is 17 energy. Large shopping malls filled with futuristic and exotic wares from distant planets. Okay, and finally, Overlord Garrison. Crime minus 10, monthly loyalty changes plus 0.5. Any loyalty changes here? No. Okay. Every Overlord army on this planet gives an additional minus 10% to crime, plus 0.5 monthly loyalty, and minus 5% happiness to a maximum of minus 30% crime. An additional plus 1.5 to monthly loyalty and minus 15% happiness. So you can only put up to 3 armies on there, is what it's looking like. A garrison established to oversee the local enforcers, occasionally reinforcing the military bastions in more dire circumstances. Wow. I'm not exactly sure which of these buildings we need. Gosh, I almost feel like the aid agency is not unreasonable. I would take the Unity. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's help them out. Let's do the aid agency. There you go. It's in the queue. We'll see if that can help improve relationships with them a little bit. And FYI, we have full access to the world here, right? Like look, we can see everything. Temples, population. Oh, wow. Is their world our world? Is that what just happened? Whoa. No. These are all the Juvian worlds. Holy shit. So we waited 1 month, if you recall. That when we were looking last month, we couldn't see what these worlds were, but now we can. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Now we can. Here. Yep. Are these our planets? Can we put shit in the build queue? What am I missing here? Here. Oh my god. Can I build that? No. No, it won't let me build here. Why? We have the credits. We don't control it though. Can we destroy this? No, I can't disable it. I can't demolish it. Can't repair it. Can't replace it. What is this? Yakwell's nest has 0 money maximum possible. No. Okay. So essentially, it lets us see completely into their worlds, but we can't modify them. In the Juvian capital itself, could we build a city district? No. Okay. We will see after our holding is built if we gain any other control, but it is fascinating to be able to see inside of their worlds. That's actually really cool. And also we got more intel. Intel really came through here on some potentially habitable planets in these other systems, although I see there are alien vessels there as well. All right. Let's run the clock. We're waiting for Uproth to finish that station right there. Yangtze is clicking off. As always, we get so little play done because we do so much talking, which is fun. All right, there we go. That is done. Let's grab the Yangtze real quick and have her start on the Astral Scar. So let's grab our construction ship. We will shift right-click on the Scar, research building there, and then research building at the Star, and then mining base over here at Uproth 5. So there we go. And then in the meantime, let's grab our colony ship and have her colonize. Where's our planet? Which one of these is oh, here. Oh. Why is it red? This planet has low habitability for the selected species. Colonization is still possible, but all pops will suffer an increase in upkeep and resource usage. Yeah, we're going to do it anyway. I thought that was sitting at 60%. Uproth Prime. Okay. Let's click in there. 30%. 30% for humans, but we're not human. I mean, no, we are human, but we're not colonizing with human. We're colonizing with the Juvens. They should be fine. Let's run the clock. That's a Juven colony ship. They are of a desert type in their arid habitability. That's why that worked for us. Yeah, so think about this. The planet Uproth Prime would be useless to us as humans with only 30% habitability, because we had the migration treaty with the Juvens. We'll gain a very nice 60% habitability, which isn't great, but it's doable. So I'm psyched about that. Here we go. Unknown origin, the Driskmax system. This is Herman Wagner leading his crew. The material composition of this asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. It likely has a different origin than the other bodies in this asteroid belt. It should be investigated more closely. Listen, it's easy for Herman. He'll have it done in 50 days. Research it. Absolutely, Herman. You blast that out, buddy. Get it done. Get it done, man. We got shit going on. We got stuff to do. Incoming transmission from... Okay, migration treaty from the Juvens. What is wrong with these guys? Oh, my lord. The human people should not be prisoners of the United Nations. Blah, 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 blah. They want the migration treaty back. No shit. What? Well, see, now I don't really want to do it. Because we've already got our colony ship for Uproth. And that migration treaty is going to cost us a certain amount of influence. I still don't know why they canceled all the treaties just for the one. But I love having 4.6 influence growth. Now I'm going to decline. I'm going to say no to that right now, folks. I don't need more bird people. Literally, we can't use it, right? That's why I'm declining that. There's no world in which to put that to use. The Juvens are probably not well suited for an alpine world, if I had to guess. Arid world. Oh, well, that's a 15% habitability for us. So even for the Juvens, I would doubt that's above 45%. Shit. It's done and done. Hey, we said no. If they come at us again, we might try it. And here, let's try this. Let's jump to contacts. Let's go to Juvens. No, let's go to species. Species, right here. Ew, nope. It's not showing us that either. Oh. That's odd. I would have thought toggle. No. Galaxy species is not showing us anyone else. Hopefully after our colony is fully established, here we will be able to see the capabilities of the Juven people. I wanted to see their matrix again for colonization. But yeah, we'll let them finish there for the time being. Coprolite asteroid. Although it is difficult to accept, all indications point towards asteroid PT-RE328 being a coprolite, a piece of fossilized species from some kind of massive life form. It appears to be almost 1 billion years old, and much of the fossil's original organic composition has been replaced by mineral deposits. Yeah, it falls fossilized. Our scientists are baffled as to what kind of creature could have produced something like this. Now, the question is, where do the minerals come from to fossilize it, right? It's space. You're in a vacuum. I don't really buy that would have happened. I could have seen all the DNA and organic material breaking apart in there, right? But it's not going to necessarily fossilize in the sense that mineral inundation would fossilize something in the ground on Earth. But it's remarkable nonetheless. It'll add +3 to societal research. Awesome. Gagarin, you rock. Incoming. And the Driskmax actually looks like a pretty good system. Pause this real quick. I mean, listen, Gagarin's still going, still surveying, and already there's energy, mineral, the physics, and societal research. So Driskmax looks like a very nice system, especially when compared to the Robalius system, which is garbage. Here we go. Research agreement proposal. Let's grab it. This is coming from the Juvens again. I'm going to decline. No, I don't want a little bit of research and you get a lot. I'm going to decline that. Screw those guys. They had their chance. They had their chance. They messed it up. They messed it up a lot. Let's run the clock. Let's do a quick pause here. A couple things going on. Archaeological site pending. Awesome. But let's go into the market. I want to see... Yes. Costs on alloys are dropping. If I'm not mistaken, we were over 15 on that. Were we not? On energy? It seems like it's dropping down. That's exactly what we want. We want those costs to come back into a suitable range as soon as possible. But otherwise, our archaeological site is down here at Ejok. you can see very clearly that this icon here turned to yellow, and we sent the Armstrong in there with Dei Cheng, who happens to be an archaeologist by trait. So, but yeah, he just arrived. Here we go. Ghostly spires under the ice. Our scientists have set their camps around the edge of this glassy frozen lake under sufficient light. One may catch glimpses of spectral towers beneath. They grasp upwards from the lake bed like steadfast tendrils. So it's essentially buildings that went in when the ocean was still liquid or before the ocean was there and then froze, possibly. Our less experienced crews are still adjusting to working in such biting, sterile cold. Despite this, our excavations have proceeded swiftly. We've exposed numerous airlocks, all designed for primitive submarine vessels. There is, as yet, no sign of the vessels themselves. Whether the tower's inhabitants stayed or fled, every one of its docks was left empty. Fantastic. So it was a water world that froze over. So we have two options. We can keep digging. If we keep digging, engineering research gained for our piggy bank goes up by 579. I'd like that. Or we should invest further in these ice-breaking techniques. Now, this would take 400 energy cost. Research option gained, climate control network, and tech progress gained plus 30% on the climate control network. Geez, I would actually like to buy that. Functionally, what this is saying is we can buy a research option into climate control network for 400 energy. Yeah, we should 100% do that. We have over 2,200 energy. We're buying that. There you go. So that gives a little directive to Dei Cheng, and he will continue on. Over here, there's not a whole lot to look at. We got 90 days till his next breakthrough was his next phase here, right? He's working through the chapters. Breakthrough chance 0%. Difficulty is a 3, meaning just normal, at least for his capabilities as a level 2 scientist. Skill bonus +2, very nice, and clues 0. Yeah, he's just going to work through excavating. Over the years, we'll gain more and more out of this. Very cool. I think that's super exciting. Run the clock forward. Herman has a new anomaly. Wow, Herman finds so many anomalies. Fortunately, he actually has the anomaly research speed bonus, so he can dig through them very quickly. But this is Dristmac 5A. Easy difficulty. By chance, we've stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this moon. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Well, I mean, oh, I see. The message could be a distress beacon that by itself has no encoded information. Possibly is what he's saying. Gotcha. Yeah, research it now. Why not, Herman? Go for it, big dog. And survey, system surveyed. What did we just get here? Hold on, we got a couple things going on. A lot of shit just popping off here. I'm going to get rid of the Gagarin's anomaly. We looked at that. The system survey. We're going to jump to that next. But we have first contact. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Aurum system. For now, we have codenamed them the Frights, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Interesting. Start the first contact with the Frights. Yes, we're going to pause it real quick, because we have discovered a hostile alien fleet. Oh boy. We are in combat with them. And they have us outgunned. Fudge sickle. Oh boy. Raider, killing implement, Reaver class. Let's zoom in here, folks. Jeez Louise. These are lies within Juvian space. What am I looking at? It's just ships scattered around. Oh yeah, they're fighting. There you go. It's a full-on battle. They posted up their fleet right at the entry point out of that system. Let's jump out to the galactic view real quick. Yeah, that's where we sent the first fleet. So we essentially drove the first fleet with Augustine Aguera on board directly into not Ishtian space, though. What? I'm sorry. It is Ishtian space. Oh boy. But those aren't Ishnian ships, I hope. They're privateers. Pirates? Pirates. Privateer is going to be a legal pirate. Meaning they have uh, a certificate. What's the word for it, guys? A mark? Something that says they can take ships. They're working for a government potentially, but they're not Ishnians directly. I hope we're not at war with the Ishnians just now. I don't think we are. But I'm not sure that we can win this fight. The Youngbloods look pretty durable. And unfortunately, I think Agustin Aguilera doesn't like to run from a fight. Combat disengagement chance, minus 33%. That's a bummer. We may have just fed the entire first fleet to a bunch of privateers, and they may not run. Normally, when your ships are damaged significantly in this game, they will jump out and you can have them repaired. But because of Augustina's unyielding nature, she might prevent a lot of the ships from jumping out. Now, her unyielding nature also gives the ship hull points plus 15%, and because they're aggressive, they have a plus 5% to their ship fire rate. That's all great. I don't even think I can give her the retreat command. 8 days until emergency FTL is ready. Okay, they may jump out. I'm looking down here. We have some information about the fight right now. Armor damaged total. This is our damage output, right? This is what we're doing to them. 216 armor hit at 150% efficiency. Small blue lasers are dealing all the damage. I'm really glad we upgraded that fleet. Holy crud. Okay, damage to shields, 279. Small blue lasers are only 50% efficient against the shields. That's a bummer. And then here's our hit ratio sitting at 78%. So evaded by enemies, 60%, missed 7%. Otherwise, we have hits on what's remaining, right? So you take 16 plus 7 is going to get us 23. And 23 minus 100 gives us 78. I think there's some rounding. I think there's a little bit of rounding in there, but you get the point. We're hitting pretty effectively. Now, let's look at what the Youngbloods are doing to us. They're using medium mass drivers and small mass drivers. Each are hitting at 50% effectiveness against our armor. However, they're 150% effective against our shields. I don't know if that's too much of a problem. I don't think we're heavily invested in shields. I think we're more of an armor-based fleet because we're relatively low tech. And here's their kinetic hit ratio, 55%. So the medium mass drivers are not particularly effective at landing hits. Our evasion is coming in at 19%. We're pretty good at evading, slightly better than them. And they're missing a lot more. Their miss rate is 25%, whereas our miss rate is 7%. So overall, we're well suited to survive the battle. I don't want to say we're going to win, but in particular, Aguilera's unyielding gives us an extra 15% to the ship hull points. Now, is that armor? Well, it's not shields, so that's good. It means we're a lot more durable, and in particular, their weapons seem to be far less effective against armor. I hope that means hull. I don't know. But we're not overly reliant on shields at any rate. So, we're hitting a lot more effectively. Can we win this fight? I don't know. Let's do this. Let's slow the clock down. And let's jump into the system. And let's watch the fight. I see an Ishnian station here. But over here, I think this is a pirate base. Yeah, it's a pirate nest. That's where they're coming from. Not that we'd want to take on the pirate nest. I don't think we would win that fight at all. But yeah, they sent their entire damn pirate fleet to ambush us. There's one other thing I'm interested in, though. I mean, I do want to watch the fight. But could we go to our government? Go to our policies and edicts? And could we edit our policy right now? The change we make might not take effect until the start of the month, but the fight is probably going to last past the 5th month here, right? We got 28 more days in this month till an edict could pop over. Would any of these help us? Fleet supremacy. Well, ship starting influence, ship build speed, diplomatic weight, none of that's going to help us here. Capacity, research, encourage political thought, map the stars, land of opportunity, education, recycling, fortify the border. Yeah. None of these edicts would immediately translate to helping us win the fight. So we're not going to F with that. I mean, it was an idea. There might have been something in there that could have increased our ship fire rate, but we're not going to get that. But we are going to essentially, we'll zoom out a touch right about there. You can see our ships. Let's run it forward. I'm not hopeful. They just have us outgunned, but we're going to see what happens. I don't think Aguilera is going to run here, folks. Our shields are falling. That's the top. Here, let me pause that. Can you get in here? Now, the blue bar should be our shielding. Let's click on. Let's click on. And we're starting to push over to their side a little bit. I'm guessing the blue bar is the shielding, and that the orange bar is hull and armor. If I had to guess, I'm not exactly sure how to read that. I'm looking at our corvettes here. Armor's gone, shield's gone, hull points diminishing there. This is on the Bramowski, so she might fall completely. Below that, we have no shields left, but we are armor heavy. So the fact that they're so good at punching through shields, but our armor outdoes our shields by nearly 4-1, the fight could tilt in our favor once the fight rolls over into shielding. Let's take a look at one of their ships. They have a touch of shields, a touch of armor, a touch of hull points. Well, we have more armor and hull than any of their ships. They're sitting at 200, 200, right? 200, 203. We're sitting at 250, 260. So there's a lot more they have to burn through. Our military power on this example of this Corvette is sitting at 88. Their military power is at 92. So they do hit pretty fucking hard. No doubt about that. Well, let's just watch it. Let's keep going here, folks. I'm not hopeful for a win. And some of our ships might start jumping out. We're overpowering them. It is going in our favor. Come on, you guys. Oh, push their fleets out. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. And the Ishnians are streaming in. Holy shit, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Okay, listen, we took casualties. Did we? We're still showing 9 of 9. Were any of our ships outright destroyed? No, they're still there. Fudge, we won. Maybe we lost a ship or two. I guess I didn't look, you guys, at what our ships were to start with. We're gonna close that window down. We won the fight. Fleet combat status. Nope, damn it. Combat 1. Oh, yes. Lost 7 of 11 over here. The enemy or us? An abandoned life pod was detected in close combat to the Drismac 5A. No, this is a science thing. What is this? No, this is different. My bad. Hold on. Here, close that out. Pause this. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. This is pretty chaotic here. This is what's left of our fleet. 9 ships in there. Okay, that's good. We'll close that. The Ishnians stormed in with 2 fleets. They could easily overwhelm us now. I'm hoping they won't attack us. Let's run it forward. Oh boy, where are we off to? Going towards the pirate base? Could we finish that off? Shit, do we take a crack at that pirate base right now? Yeah, let's just see what happens. It looks like we're grouping up 2 fleets. So I'm assuming the Ishnian fleet is going to go towards their star base. And we're going to go towards the star. But do we just rush in and take out that pirate base right now? Our shields are rejuvenating. Hold on. I'm going to send them in. God, this may be a massive mistake. This may be a massive mistake, but I'm looking at the firepower of that station. Military power is 197. Hull points, armor points, a lot. Do we send them in? Do we just go for it? Repairing the fleet we would need to move to the nearest star base. Our shields are at full power. How quickly could we burn through that star base, folks? And just take out the pirates altogether? Do we need to? Do we need to do a favor? Is it worth it to gain experience? Let's find out. Let's push it. Let's push the advantage. They're going in with us. The Ishnians are jumping in there as well. And we are opening up.
Research complete.
That's kind of cool. We just sort of fought together with the Ishnians and destroyed that pirate fleet. Okay, I'm going to call them back, everybody. Time to repair the fleet. We need to get her home. That was exciting as all heck. I really enjoyed that. And with any luck, maybe we helped the Ishnians. We got rid of some pirates. Pirates suck. The first fleet should return to Stratal with their first combat experience. That can't be a bad thing. That can't be a bad thing. But we have other shit we need to look at here. System surveyed at Feni. Very cool. We jump out. There you go. So, hard question, though, at this point. Do we send the Darwin to backfill, or do we keep pushing the Darwin ever forward until they brush up against more Xenos to the galactic south here? Do we be aggressive, or do we fill in? We have so many star systems to fill in. I think we should be aggressive. Of course. I think we should keep pushing forward. I'm looking at the boundaries of these stars here. I'm not seeing a border until we hit here. Possibly we push forward and we push towards this unknown star system. Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it forward. We're going to shift right click. Not explore. My bad. Hold on. No, click off of that. We're going to survey. 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 In that order. We're going to keep trying to lock as many star systems behind our borders as possible. Now, we have the Zvox 5th and 2nd fleet here. They're pretty beefy. Let's send the 5th fleet onwards to form a frontier for us. Bear in mind, we can use the 3rd fleet and the 4th fleet to back up if we ever have trouble with the Ishtians. So yeah, let's just grab the 5th fleet only, and let's advance them to Feni. Just as, as the spear tip for us. We're retreating the 1st fleet back. 6th fleet is stationed there at Stratal. They're being built as we speak. We'll close that off. We have plenty of influence here, folks. So there's quite a bit we could do. I don't see any constructors coming through into our space, so I'm not worried about Robalius or Drismac yet. Scoot over. Do we want to worry about the Phainov system? I see they have a science ship surveying at Phainov. I wouldn't mind grabbing it out from underneath them. Or do we go to the Obskyke system? Well, we could get 2 pretty quickly. Let's do it. Let's bite the bullet. Let's grab Phainov right now. And we will shortly enough have the influence necessary to get Obskyke. Then we'll grab these 2 as we push our borders to the south. We have a first contact going on here. Let's grab an envoy. Rodmilla is ready to go. We will accept, and she will work on making contact with the Xenos, who in this case, I guess are the pirates. Are they the Frights? I don't know. That's that. We have a fleet combat status. We'll ignore that and jump in our technology research. We got the fusion reactors. Nuclear fusion processes generate a great amount of power for ships, but without any of the risks associated with fission power. New research available. What do we got here? Survey speed. Sure, we could boost that. That actually would be useful. We could get even better reactor boosters here. Granted, we just got the fission power plant, right? Didn't we? Field modulation, that's additional energy credits, although we're doing quite good on our energy production for the time being. Improved deflectors, sure. And mining drone laser. Let's grab that mining drone laser, folks. Should we, or should we get the survey speed? No, let's go with automated exploration protocols. Only because we are still pretty heavy into surveying, It'll become less important as the game progresses. So we'll grab that now. We'll have it 23 months. And Energy Siphon is actually nearly complete. I wonder where that drone study is sitting. Special project. I hope we finish that up eventually. Good lord. But yeah, Yangtze is still working on the final mining station. And we'll probably have him head off towards Drismak, if I had to guess. What else do we got going on here? The Russian ship. Still investigating that extremely difficult Class 10 anomaly. That's fine. Yeah, things are looking good for us. The Uproth Prime colony is currently colonizing. Very cool. And First Fleet is coming in for repairs. In the meantime, let's get some fleet upgrades going here. Second Fleet, yeah, upgrade. Fifth Fleet is in flight. We're not going to get them upgraded. Sixth Fleet, upgrade. Third Fleet will upgrade. And the Fourth Fleet, we will upgrade. So we are going to pull the Fourth Fleet down towards the Zvox system to get that upgrade done. First Fleet will upgrade as well once they get the repairs done. So if I click on them, can I do upgrade and repairs? Oh, no, it's one or the other. Let's repair them first, then we'll get them upgraded. There you go. And let's advance the clock speed back to fast. I know we were slow there to see the combat, essentially. Ship upgrades are completed quickly. Jeez. First Fleet is taking forever to get out of there. Drismak survey just completed. Fantastic. So, do you have other commands? You do not. No other orders right now. I wouldn't... Well, what do we need them to do? Is there material... I was wondering if there was a debris left in this system. I'm going to grab the Gagarin, and I'm going to right-click on the Aurum system. No, there's no debris there. And also because it's in Ishtian space, I don't know that we can necessarily send our science ship in there. So, considering we have this entire northern arm of our galaxy surveyed out, let's have the Gagarin start backfilling in other worlds. What else do we need to survey here, folks? Maybe we send them to the Lingle system to survey. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Survey there. They've got a little ways to go, but they'll get that done, and we'll have the Russian ship work on the anomalies floating out there. Very cool. And obviously, once the Yangtze's done with their station, we'll move them to Drismak to pre-position them to claim that system as our own. Research completed, but we have our 52 influence, and we will grab the Obskyki system right now. Not that the Obskyki system is so good, but we know that we want to push forward, get Feni claimed, and get a starbase built there. We're only at 3 of 5, so we do have more headroom available on our starbase building, and that will lock all of these wonderful systems. God, even more than 7. It gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total systems. I didn't realize there were 2 stacked right on top of each other there. Yeah. Feni will protect 9 new systems, which just gives us influence over so many star systems altogether. But here's a new research technology. Oh, we're well past an hour. Let's just close it. Let's end it right there for today. We will take a look at the energy siphon, and we will choose a new research on our next playthrough. But we're well past an hour. If you watched, thank you so much, folks. And be sure to keep an eye out for that Mutu Galsifor crossover.